And what David here is talking about is so important. When you're in a view kind of above yourself, outside the world, realizing that this is a biological Earth suit, and that the system knows how to program it with hormones and drugs and war and feedback and sex. When they use sex to sell Calvin Klein jeans, they are going at your primitive sexual centers in your lower brain. This is all a fact. And just to get the public to realize they're being bombarded, they're being programmed, if you can get them to do that, they kind of wake up out of the trance, realize you're being bombarded, realize there's a game. I mean, I don't know how to quantify this, David, but, you know, to me, you talk about being outside, you know, of the body consciousness or whatever. I mean, to me, the term I would use is just realize that you are being bombarded with data, realize that there is a manipulation going on, knowing is half the battle.
Well, see, this is so important. I'll give you an example. In my talks, I put some pictures on the screen, which are subliminal advertisements. And most people, the vast majority of people, can't see them because that's what subliminal is, below threshold. The conscious mind doesn't see them, which the conscious mind actually sees very little compared with what actually is in front of it. The subconscious mind, however, picks it all up and affects the person's reality without them realizing it by the message that's been passed through the subliminal image. And then I will put the picture back up again a few minutes later, and this is the same with all subliminals. The first thing you see, once it's been pointed out earlier, when you see the picture again, is the subliminal. So when people start to, this is why this area is so important. When people start to realize how it's being done to them, then they bring it from below threshold, subliminal, to the conscious awareness, and the defenses go up, which they don't have to think about them. Naturally, the defense is up once the conscious mind is aware of the game it's involved in. And we need to understand the fundamental significance to the whole conspiracy of something called the reptilian brain. The reptilian brain is where we get, along with other parts of the brain, but massively the reptilian brain, our survival instincts. The reptilian brain is basically stupid.
David, let me stop you. This is not debatable about the reptilian brain. This is a scientific name. In fact, put it up on the screen, Google reptilian brain, and show them like a textbook area. That's the lower brain that's breathing, sex, eating, wanting to kill people. I mean, that's your... I'm just interrupting you because some may think, oh, this is David Icke and his other issues with that.
Yeah, no, the scientists call it the R complex or the reptilian brain because the way it functions and the way it reacts is almost exactly like the brain of a reptile or a lizard.
But it is. I mean, in fact, students, because my dad went to medical school, students shown a salt crocodile brain can't tell the difference with a human lower brain. We basically do have a salt crocodile brain. Go ahead.
Yeah, and what happens is that those behind the dark suits, those in the shadows, who understand all this stuff and have worked constantly for centuries to take it out of circulation among the people, so they're in ignorance of the very means through which they're being manipulated. They understand this, and they target the reptilian brain. The reptilian brain is basically stupid. It's a reaction system. It is so computer-like, it's incredible. At that level, the brain does just react like a computer on the desktop, and it doesn't learn from experience. Other parts of the brain learn from experience. The reptilian brain doesn't. Its survival instincts are total. It's constantly scanning the environment, looking for possible dangers as it perceives them. The idea of the manipulation is to give the reptilian brain more and more and more reasons to see things in terms of a threat or a danger, because then all rational thinking disappears, all calm reflection, and let's look at this calmly, disappears, because the reptilian brain is basically just reacting in a panic. Save me, I want me mum. That's what it's doing. And the reptilian brain, interestingly, if we get into this way that people are programmed, communicates through images. This is why images in advertising are so powerful in their manipulation of the reptilian brain, which, as you quite rightly point out, is the sexual center. Why? Because with the reptilian brain, you have to keep one word in your mind all the time: survival. It's all about survival. So it perceives the need for sexual reproduction as part of its survival. That's understandable. But also, it sees in the world that we live in money as fundamental to its survival. So the whole money issues that people have, the fear of not having money, the wanting
Stay
more.
there. This is key. Sex and money, all of it. Key information. Long segment coming up right there. We'll come back with the master plan. Stay with us.